ナモアミダ仏、ナモアミダ仏、ナモアミダ仏、ナマンダーツ、ナマンダーツ、ナマンダーツ、ナマンダーツ、ナマンダーツ。高原義義偉人無我如善妙無用当社日月間に主公遠慮開始のんぺい有脈十目如来予言小生無輪小学大音高流寺法開門精進三昧智慧意徳無量殊勝敬人体善念小仏崩壊愚人人の苦語外体無明欲ぬ世尊用無人の死死人徳無量苦訓広大知恵人妙光明一層神道大仙願が差仏最小法華道生じ未不下脱不正上位大人生じ如是三昧知恵以上五世特仏無行心願一切空空一切大安決し有仏百千億万無量大小修行語者供養一切使徒諸仏無尿愚道見性不客非尿語者小仏世界無不可け無種節道光明師匠変死小国如是精進偉人難量量が差仏国土第一公式奇妙道場超絶国如内音二無闘争がと愛民道達二切自法来所死熱少女伊藤が国 経絡安穏公文神妙是が心象本願の日力少々欲自法世尊知恵無下上領子孫真我信行軽量心死食毒中我行精進忍辱不軽ナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブがんにしくどく平等聖祭道本菩提心おうじょうあんなこナモアミダ仏、ナモアミダ仏、ナモアミダ仏、ナンマンダーツ、ナンマンダーツ、ナンマンダーツ、ナンマンダーツ、ナンマンダーツ。Please join me in Gasho. When foolish beings, possessed of blind passions, the multitudes caught in birth and death, and defiled by evil karma, realize the mind and practice that Amida directs to them for their going forth, they immediately join the truly settled of the Mahayana. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Nammandats, Nammandats, Nammandats. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our first Sunday service for the month of March. I cannot believe it. We are already in the month of March. It seems like only yesterday we were saying goodbye to 2021. And now we are already in the month of March of 2022, which means we have 9 months left of this year. It seems that time goes really quickly. And judging by how many things we have lined up for us, how many things we have planned for. It doesn't seem like there is ever enough time for us to complete our tasks. One of the main reasons for this is because, as many of you have seen through the news, the COVID cases are starting to go down. The COVID cases are starting to dwindle, and we are not hearing the word Omicron so much anymore in the news. And we are now starting to think, or at least we're hoping, we have in our minds, our foolish, self-centered minds, right? Our foolish minds, that, ooh, maybe I can start planning for a really cool summer vacation. Ooh, maybe I can finally go to that wedding that we were probably planning for. Oh, maybe I can finally travel abroad and go see my friends in another country. We are starting to really think these things. We're starting to really get anticipated. So we start to plan, and we start to make all of these wheels that start turning in our head. And yet, when we have to take a step back and realize that we really don't know what this year is going to look like. And believe me, I'm not trying to sound like a doomsayer, or I'm not trying to say, oh, it's always going to be bad. Absolutely not. I mean, more so, or maybe even more so than the next person, hope that the cases continue to go down. I hope that we can go and see our friends and gather in places. I hope for the temple to reopen again, and for a bunch of us to be sitting in the pews together, talking and laughing with each other. But the reality of the situation is I don't know. So because I don't know, it causes me to feel a sense of unease. I feel this sense of, I really want to do these things, but then at the same time, I feel this anxiety that, oh gosh, but what if another variant comes out? Oh, it's going to close things down again. Oh, I really hope this doesn't happen. And this is why I think March is a wonderful month for us. It is the month that kind of marks the end of winter. Spring begins. We start to see the sun come out a lot more. We start to see the flowers bloom. I see a lot of my friends with their Facebook pictures of sakura, or of cherry blossoms. And we start to see more people walking about. It's wonderful. And to me, this month is a really wonderful month because it also is the time where we celebrate our Ohigan service. Now, in our temple, at Tacoma Buddhist Temple, we celebrate Ohigan along with the BWA's memorial of Lady Kujo and Lady Otani. So since that is going to be the focus of our Ohigan service, I'm going to talk a little bit about what Ohigan means for this service. So for those of you who don't know, Ohigan means other shore, meaning as opposed to this shore. And it represents the shore of enlightenment, the other shore of enlightenment, the other shore of awakening. And as opposed to this shore, which is the shore of samsara, or the saha world, or the world of delusion, or the world of blind passions, one could say. And to me, the parable is perfect because when I think about the other shore, or when I think about Ohigan, I almost imagine myself on a beach and looking out to the ocean. Now, for those of you who have probably gone to places like Santa Cruz or Pajaro Dunes, and I'm certain along this west coast as well, there are these beautiful beaches where we can see the sun setting in the west. It's a really beautiful picture. And to me, it's kind of a really good symbolism of our school of Buddhism as well. When you see the sun set in the west, you see this distant light, this distant sun that is shining light in our direction. You see this beautiful light. And we're stuck on this shore of delusion, basically. We're stuck on this shore of samsara. Because we, in our school of Jodo Shinshu, don't really believe that through our own efforts can we attain enlightenment. We can't, through our own powers, just by ourselves, attain enlightenment, all by ourselves. And yet, when we look at the distant shore, when we look at the beautiful sun setting, I don't know about you, but I get a very deep sense of comfort. I mean, just being at the beach alone is very soothing. But you see the beautiful light going down and setting, and it's kind of a gentle light too sometimes. And to me, that is a perfect representation of Amida Buddha's light of wisdom and compassion. We get this sense of calm, we get this sense of serenity when we look at the sunset on the western shores. It looks beautiful. It looks wonderful. There is the sense of calm. And to me, that is a perfect representation of Amida Buddha's wisdom and compassion. We live in this world of samsara. We are clouded by our own delusions. We are clouded by our own personal interests and wanting to get things, and we want to get the best benefits for ourselves. And sometimes when we don't get those things, we get upset and we are filled with anxiety, or we even get angry. But when we can definitely take a step back and realize that the Dharma continues to work for our benefit, to know that we are not alone. We have a beautiful Sangha who helps to take care of us. We have a wonderful community that surrounds us. We have wonderful opportunities to listen to the Dharma. This is when we realize that Amida Buddha's wisdom and compassion, the working of the Dharma, is working for our benefit alone. And then, when we realize that, hopefully there is a sense of calm. Hopefully there is a sense of gratitude. And when that happens, we put our hands together and say, Namo Amida Butsu. So for the record, when we say Namo Amida Butsu, we're not putting our hands together and saying Namo Amida Butsu because, if I say this, we're not thinking, if I say this, I will get a deep sense of gratitude. It's, I do feel this deep sense of gratitude. Namo Amida Butsu. It's because we realize that there is other power working simply for our benefit, the working of the Dharma. Now, while we are feeling a deeper sense of calm and a little more confident that hopefully the cases will continue to go down, another part of us is probably feeling a great sense of anxiety. And that is with the recent invasion of Ukraine. We can already see how this is affecting the Ukrainians to a terrible degree. And we, as a Buddhist community, I believe, are very saddened by this. And we, of course, reach out in hopes of peace and togetherness. We hope that peace will reign supreme. We are very saddened to see the state that the Ukrainians have been put in. And in ourselves, we feel this great sense of anxiety. In ourselves as well, we also hope that peace will continue. But we don't know what tomorrow is going to look like. We don't know how things will turn out. And because of that, we have this deep sense of anxiety. And because of that, we must once again turn our thoughts to the Buddha. We must turn our thoughts to the Buddha Dharma. This doesn't mean that we shouldn't help Ukraine. Of course, in our own way, whatever you can do, whether it's to donate or you can send supplies, those are wonderful ways you could support. But you also must turn your thoughts to the Dharma as well and let that guide you in the best way to help the situation. So with this in mind, I sincerely hope that all of you stay well, all of you stay healthy. We are not out of the pandemic just yet, but we definitely see, I think, the light at the end of the tunnel, just like when we are sitting on the beach and we look over at the beautiful light that is the sun that is setting in the west. Well, so once again, I sincerely hope all of you are well and that now that winter is ending, all of us are able to go outside a little bit more, we're able to enjoy the sun, and we're able to enjoy each other's company in the not too distant future. Thank you very much for listening to my Dharma talk today. In closing, please join me in Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Buddha. Namandats, namandats, namandats.
I am a link in Amida's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. Yes, stretches around the world. I will keep my link bright and strong. Be kind and gentle to all, and think pure thoughts, say pure words, do pure and beautiful deeds. May every link be bright and strong